Let's talk about Jupiter in Gemini. I'm Jennifer Lakshmi Dove. I'm your astrologer. I'm an intuitive astrologer, and I want to share a little bit of a deeper dive into Jupiter in Gemini and what it might mean for you in your life. I will talk about it in general, and then we'll do horoscopes for each sun and rising sign. So Jupiter in Gemini. Jupiter moves through each horoscope sign. It takes about, can take a year to 15 months, depending on if Jupiter goes a retrograde in that sign, which will slow it down. This year, Jupiter in Gemini began on May 25th, and it'll go all the way through June 9th of 2025. So we're going to have this flavor in Gemini, the flavor of Jupiter in Gemini for more than a year with this particular cycle. Okay, so Jupiter in Gemini, Jupiter is the planet of optimism, expansion, abundance, and joy, and it brings that energy to everything it touches. And most of the time, I look at this as a super positive, juicy experience because I like to look at the high road for every transit and to share the high road with you because astrology is not scary. So Jupiter and Gemini, this planet of expansion and optimism, of forward thinking, of big picture thinking, is in the sign of ideas and communication. And it will be highlighting those things for all of us. We may have this feeling like we're flitting from different interest to interest this year. And it's important to kind of taste those things you're interested in, at least, like to let yourself take a step in. Because you don't know if you like something until you do take a step in and experience at least a little bit of it for yourself. So we'll be thinking a lot. You'll maybe having some juicy ideas, some of which are going to be important to follow. I was just out in the wind and my hair's all up in my face. Okay. Communication is the key piece though. It's expanding how we communicate with others and making the emphasis on clear communication, clear and kind communication this year in relationships and also with ourselves. You're going to catch that negative loop that you might hear in your mind, your inner voice, your inner critic. You're going to catch that faster and turn it around. I love that. I love that for all of us. So we are going to be also having this beautiful time of growth this year because Jupiter will be trining Pluto. And actually all the planets moving through Gemini will trine Pluto during their cycle through the sign of Gemini. But Jupiter's going to hang out in this trine for a little bit longer than some of the other planets. And Pluto, if you remember, I like to call it the planet of transformation. It often takes us into a ride through the underworld, through the past, through experiences that haunt us, that were hard for us, so that we can come up again like Persephone with a new perspective on life and a new gratitude for life and for who we're here to be, for who we are. So that is happening now, this beautiful trine. So we're all kind of doing this I'm ready to do something different. I'm ready to experience myself and my life in new ways. A key thing for Jupiter and Gemini is going to be creativity for everybody. I'm going to suggest you start keeping a journal, whether you are writing it down or speaking it into your voice memo app, like I often do sometimes when I'm walking the dog. Let yourself just breathe through a stream of conscious onto the paper or onto the video or onto the audio tape, so that you have a sense. There's something about hearing ourselves speak and witnessing our words on the page that is so healing, because then we start to see ourselves differently, and it's going to be super important for us this year to do that. All right, let's look at There's so much more to Jupiter and Gemini, but I don't want to make this an hour-long video. So let's go ahead. I'm going to say transformation and healing are going to be the key things for all of us during the next year, all the way through June 9th of 2025. Healing with a joy, healing with optimism in your heart, not like the harsh healing where we excavate into the past. Like, we really don't need to do that kind of work anymore. Okay, so let's look at Jupiter and Gemini for each sign. And I'm gonna start with Gemini, because Gemini, Jupiter is going to be conjuncting your sun at some point during the next year, depending on when your birthday is. And that's a super beautiful transit to experience, because it kind of expands your sense of yourself and your worth. You're going to feel like, or you could feel like, just the preciousness of life and begin to cherish your life in a new way. And I'm excited about that for you, Gemini. It's really bringing a sense of expansion into who you are, like a bigger sense of yourself. And I'm doing this, and I want to say, like, expanding into your aura, like not just living in your mind, Gemini, but letting your awareness come all the way down through your body, like bringing your thinking and connecting it to your heart is going to be super important for you. And the things that you focus on this year need to be about heart and about love. Like, and that's a question that you can ask yourself, like, am I excited about this because I think it's going to be good for me? Or am I excited about this because I feel a calling to it? I feel excited about it. You want to follow your excitement, like Bashar shares. This year, embrace new experiences, like give yourself a chance to say yes more often. Gemini, I know you're super busy and I know you have a lot of projects going on, but when someone asks you to do something a little different, see what it would feel like to say yes to those opportunities, because you're going to attract more positive opportunities to yourself with Jupiter in your sun sign. Cancer. For Cancer sun and rising, it's really all about your inner growth and reflecting on your life. I actually see you writing to Cancer. You may be working on a memoir. You may be working on some poetry or some music. Put your creativity in those directions. A lot of you are artists. You may be artists, you know, in turn, like visual artists, but many of you are also great cooks. So let yourself use art for your growth. And that's actually what it does for you, Cancer. It will help you connect to your inner self, your inner life. And you're going to have these moments where you sort of lose time, like you're so focused on something. You wake up and you realize, oh my gosh, like 3 hours have gone by. That's going to be one of the beauties of this experience of Jupiter and Gemini for you, Cancer. Leo, your social life is getting a boost. Your social life is emphasized over the next year, Leo. You may be considering a move. I'm just asking myself, why am I getting that? A move, I don't know, but it's just coming in like a move. Look at where you want to live, and where the people are that you want to hang out with. They may not be in your hometown. In your travels, because you are a great traveler, Leo, you're such a great connector. You do the magic work of connecting people with people, and sort of never forgetting a face, never forgetting what people do, so that you can work on that network and help other people make connections. This year is going to be about doing that for yourself and engaging more in community activities. Some of you are also doing that, already doing that, and sort of making it a goal to really expand your social connections, and let yourself meet new people. Sometimes that's hard. Sometimes it's hard to open your heart to new people. And Leo, I feel like that is it's a very important thing for you to do this year. And Jupiter here in Gemini, it's going to be supporting you to make those new relationships, those new friendship connections. Virgo, Jupiter in Gemini for you it's lighting up your 10th house. So you are thinking about your career, you're thinking about your professional goals right now, and it could be your career, it could be your vocation, it could be something that you love to do. And you're going to be thinking about, how can I turn what I am loving doing into a way to support myself in my life? Meaning, how can I make money from doing something that I love? That is going to happen. I really feel that, Virgo, that is going to come about even more easily than it may have in the past, with this emphasis of Jupiter on your 10th house, because it's the house of achievement. It's the house of I achieve. And so the goals that you want to create for yourself in the outer world are really possible with this year during this Jupiter and Gemini transit. And you'll be collaborating too, sort of like Leo with friendships. I'm seeing you collaborating on projects, in doing things in collaboration with other people that enhance your work life, your vocational life, your profession. Okay, so Libra, let's talk about intellectual pursuits, Libra. Some of you are thinking about going back to school, and I want to say yes, like do that in some capacity. Doesn't mean you have to sign up for, make the commitment to a 4-year degree or an advanced degree, but education and learning new things is really calling to you right now, because it's going to satisfy this desire for understanding your world in a bigger way, and also of being of service more in your life, Libra. You're traveling more as well. Let yourself travel more this year, Libra. And I don't just mean, the next town over, but take yourself to a new state, a new part of your state, a new country. Let yourself experience different cultures. And because it's really going to broaden your perspective on what your life is all about and who you are, Libra. And I'm so excited about this for you. Because your thirst for knowledge is really going to be jacked up over this next year. Scorpio, transformative insights. So you're looking at your work life and your home life, and you're saying, I want to let go of more things. I want to let go of the way I've always been doing things, Scorpio, and you know what I'm talking about. You're a fixed sign. You tend to get into that mode and just do everything the same. And it's time to shake things up, Scorpio, which that can be a little scary for some Scorpios. But you want to make these changes now before they're made for you. And you want to sort of get ahead of that energy, Scorpio, and make those changes while Jupiter is here, giving you this optimism about it and this excitement about the change. I'm also seeing financial growth. You may be selling your company or considering partnering with someone else, leaving a job and focusing on a new adventure you've created for yourself, a new venture. And open communication in all your relationships is going to be the key for you, Scorpio, this year. And also embracing other people's ideas and other people's perspectives, Scorpio. Sagittarius. Ooh, relationships, girl. Relationships. Sagittarius, it's about time that you focused on relationships. It's Jupiter and Gemini is really bringing this sense of growth in your relationships. And this feeling of, I am worth it. I am, I can do this dating thing. I can propose to this person that I love. I can take the next step in relationships, because you're going to be either strengthening your current partnerships and your current relationships, whether it's with your entire family or with your significant other, and also forming new ones. So Sagittarius, be on the lookout. If you are single and you want to be partnered, be on the lookout for a person, and don't like shut yourself down to that opportunity, that feeling of expansion, because even if you can't imagine your life being different than it is now, Sagittarius, you can't imagine, living with someone, being partnered with someone. It is completely and utterly possible for you. And this year, with all the new opportunities coming in for collaborating with other people, Sagittarius, and working on, your community partnerships as well as this significant other thing, the opportunities are just huge. And I want you to embrace this sense of, I can do this. I can do these new things. Capricorn. Capricorn, you're going to be really focusing on work. I mean, that's not unusual for you. It's sort of your comfort place, whether it's your work at, your work that you do for money, your career, or the work that you do in your community or for your family. Focusing on that, and also your health, your wellness. I think some of you may be considering therapy, or adding new health practitioners into your experience, getting new perspectives on your health. And work-life balance, Capricorn, is highlighted for you over the next year. Maybe some of you are retiring if you do work, you do have a career out in the world. So you want to be adaptable to these changes, Capricorn, and be soft and be able to go with the flow, because like I was saying, Jupiter will be making a square to Saturn, which rules your sign, it rules Capricorn, and you'll be working on that sense of work-life balance. You tend to work and then come home and have like 3 hours before, 3 hours to yourself before you go to bed and get up and do it again. And this year is going to be about creating more of a balance of work with the rest of your life, and looking at the goals you have for yourself. You can't get them all accomplished in those 3 hours a day, right? So let yourself have more downtime and more focus on your well-being, because it will help you be more efficient in other areas of your life. Aquarius, okay. Creative growth, Aquarius. It's really boosting. Gemini with Jupiter is really boosting your sense of creativity. You really want to start shining your light out in your community, in your life, more than you do. That's a radical thing sometimes for Aquarius to come out and share with, in the bigger world, right? You're really great with your friendships and stuff, but this is more about shining your passion, your vocation, what you're here to do, your healing gifts. I see you exploring new hobbies, like you may be studying a new modality that you connect with something you already do. And I also see you open to romance, Aquarius, and embracing a sense of yourself as this a unique person that you are. Instead of dimming that down, I want you to work on heightening that uniqueness, because the world needs more of that. The world needs this kind of energy, Aquarius, and share them with the world. Pisces, you are taking a deep dive into your home environment. And it's sort of like a nice focus for you this year, Pisces. You may decide, you may be moving, you may be changing your home environment, you may be redecorating, remodeling, and also working on your family connection. Some of you may be moving back to the state where you were born to reconnect with your community, to set down roots in a place that's familiar to you. And some of you may be moving to brand new areas, brand new countries, brand new states to experience something new. And it's a time of deepening that sense of home. And remember that home is within you. Home is always wherever you are. And creating open communication with the people that you live with or that you would like to live with is going to be heightened. It's going to be a focus for you this year, Pisces. And trusting your intuition. Trusting your intuition about creating an environment that is nurturing to you, that helps you feel safe, so that you can soften into your Piscean self. You can engage with your creative modes, the things you love to do for creativity, and really deepen your sense of being rooted to the earth. Aries, this is the year with Jupiter and Gemini that you're going to feel your communication skills begin to flourish. Your confidence level is growing, especially with Mars in your sign right now in Aries. And it's time to embrace these new ideas you've been having and to share with other people. I'm seeing especially writing and acting. If you do acting, improv, public speaking, and teaching, those things together are just going to have a lot of energy and a lot of uplift. So if any of those things are your creative skills, you want to really focus on those this year. And because, you want to have Jupiter support the things you want to do, right? We want to have astrology support us. That's why the timing is perfect for this, Aries. And Taurus, finally, Taurus, your financial life is top in your mind right now. And you're having a lot of ideas about how you could create new income streams. I'm seeing you sort of like you have the work that you're doing, but then you're going to build off of that with something new that brings you more income, because you're wanting to have the sense of financial security in a new way, and maybe a way you haven't before. And you're doing this in a more relaxed way, which is key for you, Taurus. You're not supposed to push to make something happen. You're going to sort of follow your ideas and share them and get people to collaborate with you or invest with you. Because I'm seeing an online business for you, Taurus, something to think about. And to think outside of the box during Jupiter and Gemini will really help your ideas and your career goals. This goal of financial security will really help it to flourish. All right, so that concludes our little dive into the gifts of Jupiter and Gemini for us over the next year, beginning May 25th, ending June 9th, 2025. Report back to let me know if this resonates with you. And if you enjoyed this video and other videos, please consider subscribing to my channel. It means a lot to me. It makes a huge difference in being able to connect with more like-minded people who love astrology as much as you do. And I so appreciate your support. Thank you for being here. And I will see you again Sunday or Monday, or if not before, you never know, it could pop on, right? And thank you so much. And I enjoyed this beautiful, robust energy of optimism and joy and connection over the next year.